Hey Key Issues fans, so a couple days ago this image here was leaked from the set of The Flash Season 3 where we see Jay Garrick strutting his stuff, nothing really out of the ordinary, but the real interest of this shot is Mark Hamill. And in case you've been living under a rock for the past 20 years, you know that Mark Hamill, in the eyes of many comic book fans, including myself, has been the definitive version of the Joker. And yes, I do mean 20 years. Mark has been voicing the Joker since 1992 when he made his debut in the Batman, the animated series, and has been the voice of the character for an entire generation. And his voice work is so legendary that every other voice actor for the Joker must be compared to Mark's version. Now again, if you've been living under that rock, and you're not familiar with some of Hamill's work as the Joker, he voiced the character originally in Batman the Animated Series, as I said before, as well as many other animated television shows. But he didn't just stop there. He was featured in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. He most recently appeared in the animated Killing Joke film and has even lended his voice to a live-action version of the Joker in the short-lived Birds of Prey television series.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Batgirl. Past tense.
So yeah, you could say the man has some experience with the character, but could he finally be getting the chance to not only voice the Joker, but act as the Joker in live action? I certainly hope so, but let's rewind a bit here. Back to the 1990s, before Mark even voiced the Joker for the first time, he stepped into the role of the Trickster in the original Flash television show alongside John Wesley Shipp, who now plays Jay Garrick on CW's Flash TV show. And 2 years ago, Mark made his triumphant return as the Trickster in episode 17 of The Flash. So we have to assume that he can't be playing the Joker since he's already a completely different character in the show, right? Wrong! So check out these more recent screenshots. Notice how much different he looks from the Trickster that we saw previously. Most notably, he's got his face lightened up with white makeup. His eyes are also darkened. His lips are red, all iconic staples of the Joker. And his hair, while not green, is slicked back and purple, which is an iconic color for the Joker as well as the Trickster. His outfit is also much more outlandish and more in line with something that we see from the Joker rather than the Trickster. So, how did Hamill go from playing the Trickster to a completely different character in just one season? Well, the most obvious theory would be that Flashpoint changed him and made him a more colorful character, a more flamboyant version of the Trickster that we had seen previously, and he adopted the name Joker instead of Trickster because, let's be honest, those two names are pretty similar. And if he's not playing the Joker, he's just playing a more amped up version of the Trickster. The Joker homage and the Joker references are pretty obvious in this costume design. So I have to think that if he really is just the Trickster still, the writers, directors were trying to get Mark the closest thing they possibly could to playing a live action Joker because the man honestly deserves it. But let's go back to the original leak. Jay Garrick is seen here alongside Mark Hamill's character, and Jay Garrick is from an entirely different Earth. And this Trickster has to be a completely different character. We can safely assume that. And my guess is that Earth 2 doesn't even have a Trickster, but a Joker instead. So those are my thoughts, those are my feelings on Mark Hamill playing the Joker. I would love nothing more than to see the man step into the actual shoes instead of the metaphorical shoes of the Joker. What do you guys think? Would you like to see this, or do you want him to stay as the Trickster? Be a little more consistent within the show. Let me know down in the comments. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you liked this video. It really does help us out. Also, be sure to check out our Patreon campaign. The link for that will be down in the description. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Remember the motto, comics over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.